Tron Legacy is my second favorite film of all time. Before 2011, it was not my favorite second film of all time, meaning I had no expectations when I watched it at an after-school program drinking apple juice and eating goldfish. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Still do. Like a year after that, my math teacher played it in class and I was just stoked. Did you find out I like Tron Legacy somehow? With this being said, I know that Ares won't surpass Legacy, nor do I expect it to. This happens all the time when we hold a certain creation dear to our heart. We get disappointed when we unfairly place the same expectations on expanded media. I know because this has happened to me over the years. I've finally come to learn to just appreciate what it is we love so much. It's perfect for you. Anything else will just be derivative or poorly made. So enjoy that movie, game, or comic to its fullest. If they make an adaptation of it, look at it as the son to its father. Maybe it won't live up to its father, maybe it'll be a piece of crap, but it has the potential to be its own thing. That being said, I have a lot to say about this movie, and you can probably already guess my opinion based on that. Something is happening in modern movie releases where the visuals are great, but the story isn't. Like Tron Ares is pure style over substance. It doesn't really go hard with its messages. It introduces a lot of cool things, but it doesn't go further. That's wild to me. I imagine if your ideas are basic, it'd be hard to expand on it and elaborate further. But here, it's like they wrote the story in less than a day. There's so many times in the movie I expect the characters to say something different or a scene to last a little bit longer, but it doesn't. It just moves on to the action. And that's the reason I said style over substance. The movie has amazing shots, very good digital effects, great suits/costumes, and a serviceable score. But none of it matters if we're left feeling like we don't care enough. The actors are fine. I mean, Garrett acts the same in every role. He's like The Rock, pretty much. And the ads where he's like, "I love Tron," feel so fake to me. He was doing the same thing in Morbius, and it just felt like he's using a popular IP as a platform to bolster his own brand. I also think that he wants to use his popularity to inject certain messages into the audience. I have a sort of sixth sense about stuff like this. Maybe it's not exactly what I'm talking about, but there is something off about him. It could be as harmless as neurodivergence, or as harmful as something sinister. But what do I know? I only know his acting is hit or miss. There's seconds when he's a good actor. The rest of the time, he's quite wooden and stiff. This could be said for the rest of the cast as well, but my only complaint with them is that they didn't have strong scenes or good writing. Admittedly, Jeff Bridges blows them all out of the water. We needed more scenes with characters just talking to each other. We love Tron Legacy because it balanced the action with the story. And yeah, having the best movie soundtrack ever doesn't hurt. My favorite scene in this movie was with Ares and Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn. If only the rest of the movie was like that moment. I did appreciate the message of the programs becoming alive, like Detroit Become Human style. There's actually some pretty great scenes, like Athena taking a pause from the action to take in the rain. Felt like Blade Runner. But again, it's not really expanded upon, just small moments like that. Athena was pretty great too. I quite like the actress, but although she is in a lot of controversial stuff, there's probably a connection there or something. But in this movie, she did feel creepy and like she had that villainous presence nailed down. But she did feel like a pawn to something greater. Like if Star Wars had no Vader and Luke just went up against Tarkin or something. Well, they did kill off their Vader with Clue, so what can you do? Dillinger, I guess, was the big bad, but even he represents his grandfather's legacy and that of her mother. I thought Evan Peters pulled off the evil businessman very well, actually. Dude's got charisma. I like the scenes with his mother, but again, I wish we got more. The main character, Eve Kim, was serviceable. Not amazing or anything. I get the character's supposed to be this brooding loner genius, so it makes sense to pair her with this charismatic, friendly guy, who I really only know from that funny Spanish skit. Her younger sister, Tess Kim, died from cancer. I think she was the one behind the techie stuff, the grid stuff. She created the performance code. So maybe the grid that shows up that looks like the Legacy grid came from her? I'm reminded of the movie Blue Beetle and how the interesting character, the one who's responsible for everything, is just presumed dead. Her two friends are fine, but I'm not sure their purpose in the movie. Like again, I just wish they got more screen time. One of them is like the other half of the CEO of the company. He's fine, I like the scenes, but the other girl doesn't really talk at all. The movie does have pacing issues. A lot of the interesting stuff happens near the end, and then the movie just ends. Scenes should have moved a bit more rapidly. Finally, before the spoiler section, I wanted to say that I dug the indie style this movie had in terms of storytelling. It's sincere, the effects aren't used egregiously, they're methodical. The score and the striking colors in every scene on dark accents adds to the moodiness of an A24 film. I feel like people are gonna make great edits if nothing else. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the spoiler-free section. I really couldn't go into more detail without spoilers. Like, I really don't know what even counts as a spoiler. You guys let me know, because I myself consider everything after the first trailer a spoiler. That's when the marketing starts showing everything. The TV spots are also really bad in that arena. So who knows? See it for yourself and see if you like it. I'd love to know your perspective. Alright, let's talk about it. You know who we're going to talk about. Are Sam, Flynn, and Cora in this movie? I want to tease you so bad and say kinda, but no, they are not in the movie. The same picture of them just shows up every now and then, which is such a tease, really. Like they could have totally shown up, but they didn't. Dang. The movie ends with Ares becoming permanently or impermanently alive and seeking out Cora's whereabouts, because she's also a program who is living in the real world. And he just wants advice on how to live in this real world after being a program. It's a really cool moment, but then the movie ends. So this movie does have a post-credit scene. It feels like a requirement for franchise movies like this. Basically, Dillinger is just shown in his own grid, and Sark from the original Tron seems to take over his body. Why did they do this? To keep making money off his franchise? Seems like Disney just keeps making Tron content in order to keep the rights to it. There's gotta be some reason the movie isn't good. There's no way a good writer couldn't make a better script. They have a lot of money, but they can't hire a good writer? Maybe they think they should hire an expensive writer over a cheaper one because they think it'll funnel out a better product? That's totally not true. You can't buy passion. Well, you totally can if you know where to look. So for the classic moments, I appreciate the callbacks to the original Tron at least, but it was barely in the movie. Jeff Bridges' scene was good, but it was very short-lived. Also, the grid from Legacy shows up. Actually, is it the same grid? I have no idea. Is this Eve's younger sister Tess's grid? The movie doesn't say. I was excited to see Cameron Monaghan in this movie. Loved him in Gotham, loved him in Jedi Fallen Order, but I hate to break it to you, he's in the movie for less than a minute. He's just part of Ares' unit that infiltrates the grid and dies when they're trying to escape. Why didn't he get revived like Athena and Ares? Of course, one theme of the movie is AI becoming alive, right? Of feeling, of having emotions. Ares does become quote-unquote a good guy. His colors even changed like Rinsler did in Legacy. I mean, I saw it a mile away the second Ares was starting to see Eve's memories, and he was starting to be like, whoa. But I don't know, I kind of thought he was gonna turn good, and then he was gonna turn bad again. That would have been kind of interesting. Anyway, that's all I had to say for this one. Tron Legacy is my second favorite film of all time. This movie absolutely did not live up to that. While I like the grounded style the movie went for, it could have gone a little harder on its messages, on the lore and the story itself. But hey, Sam Flynn, aka Garrett Hedlund, said it best.
It spreads the love and the reach for the grid. It's astounding how much time has went on since Legacy, but I'm excited that the audiences get another injection of Tron and the programs and the disc and the grid and a little spice of Bridges and a little spice of yeah, man.
He saw this as a great opportunity to get more people into the world of Tron, and there can't be a more noble statement than that. He's right. It's good to see another Tron movie made, and it's good to see more people talking about Tron. For a fan like me, it's just good to have Tron in my mind again. Like, if it wasn't for Ares, it wouldn't be as prevalent in my mind. Also, yeah, I'll be playing as Tron Ares in Fortnite, and that's gonna be kind of fun. Are you a returning fan or a new player in this arena? Let's talk about it. This has been Injustice Josh. End of line, man.